Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we've got something a little bit different. I'm going to be taking part in my first ever crit race. So some of you may be asking, what is a crit race? So a crit race is a bike race consisting of several laps around a closed circuit, the length of each lap ranging around 1 to 3 kilometers. Another really interesting thing about crit races is that it's actually done on time, so they're usually between about 30 to 60 minutes long, and it's basically whoever can do the most amount of laps in the given time. However, it is usually finished by someone waving a flag, and it usually finishes with a peloton sprint or like a group sprint that have broken away off the front. So I've actually gone and watched a couple of crit races before in the past, the biggest ones being the Otley crit and the Ilkley crit, which are some of the biggest ones in the UK, and I've actually been meaning to sign up to a local one for quite a while now, but the reason I haven't, one, there's quite a lot of crashes and I'm a little bit scared of that, and two is that it's pretty brutal. It's basically just threshold and anaerobic efforts for the entire time. From the efforts that I've seen people putting in, it's an hour of pure hell. But I finally got around to it and I signed up for the Spatzwear Friday Night Crit Series down at Boddington, also known as the Brownlee Centre in Leeds. I've signed up for the category 4, so I think I should be around about in the right place there. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of learning. We're just going to have to see how it goes. My main goal is just 1, to not crash, 2, to not get lapped like after the first 20 minutes, and 3, just to like have fun and give it a bloody good go, to be honest. I think, you know, I'm gonna find it really tough, but I'm just gonna put in as much work and much effort as I can and see what happens. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the bike in question that I will be riding tonight during the crit at the Boddington circuit. First of all, isn't she a stunner? Like, absolutely in love with this bike. Picked it up just under a year ago now, and love at first sight, really was. So it's the S-Works Venge Vius 2018 model. We're running some Roval CLX 64 wheels, which apparently are pretty good. Are pretty great, actually. What else? Tram red, electronic, and yeah, just I'd never had electronic gears before, but do they make a difference? Tubeless, chainring 5236, and that's about it. It's pretty aggressive and it's pretty beautiful, and hopefully it'll help me a little bit at least compared to some other bikes around the Boddington circuit, but we will see. It's just gone 4 and I'm going to get there for 5:30, hopefully do a couple of warm-up laps after signing in and then get going.
Are you racing?
Not this.
Why? To
Cat
3, whoa. Hey!
So you can't sign on the day.
15, you can't do it.
What?
Yeah, 15 in the...
Can you sign on the day, really?
Yeah. Oh, it's a shame you're too good.
In the end, my dad decided not to race, so we decided to just do a warm-up instead, and as you can see, yeah, he just got a bit carried away and had to show off a little bit. It was actually really helpful going round the course a few times, getting used to the corners, but before I knew it, I was on the start line and we were going. There was absolutely no time to settle in. It was rapid from the start. I really didn't know what to expect, and after the first couple of corners, I'd quickly lost the wheel of the pack and had to put some efforts in to catch them up. I did a whole lap staring at the 11 riders in front of me and decided that I kind of wanted to see what it was like up at the front. Maybe not the best decision I've ever had, as I was absolutely bloating after a minute and quickly pulled off. And not long after that, the first attack of the day came. I was probably too far back to make a move with him, but he actually seemed pretty strong and stayed out in front for a good few laps. At the time, no one seemed bothered, but not long after, I wanted to chase him down, so I took a decent turn on the front. I did my time on the front, and then I gave the elbow flick and pulled off. But we did eventually catch him, and just as we did, that's when all the attacks started to fly. They were coming left and right, and yeah, sometimes it was actually pretty tough to like stick with them and push up. But couldn't think too long, because before I knew it, it was the last lap and time to dig deep. Ooh, boy, oh boy, wasn't that fun. Untiring. There you go, my first crit race. I actually had such a blast. I definitely took some questionable lines, and I really didn't know what to do towards the end. I just pushed too late, basically, and didn't want to go too fast through the last couple of bends. But yeah, I'm really happy. I came 5th overall. My dad was filming there again. I finished, and he was like, "You weren't even sprinting at the end, were you? You were sat down." And I was like, "Oh, do you know what? I was sat down for a bit of it." But I guess Pogacar's sat down when he's like putting a big watts in. So I feel like looking back on it, I could have gone harder at times. But yeah, I had a really good time. Unfortunately, it's the last one of the season. Kind of frustrating I didn't pick it up and start a bit earlier, because I would love to do another one. Like, I'd love to do another one next week or something. It was class. It wasn't as sketchy as I thought. I feel like maybe if there was another 40 people, then I might find it a little bit more sketchy. I think for next year, it's going to be something that I'm going to really take up and try to get to a few, and maybe try to get up the cats. Like, that was a cat 4 race, and I feel like right now, like, I'm happy with that. First couple next year, maybe I just learn, take my time, but then after that, yeah, that's when we crack on. Thanks for watching, guys. I know it's been a bit of a short one, but I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know if there's any other kind of videos you want to see. I've got some more races, triathlons specifically, coming out later, that I'm going to film later in the season. Next one being T100, which is going to be a big one. I'm also doing a little bike packing trip with my dad. We're doing a bit of like a coast to coast to coast, but from Leeds. So that'll be a really good video. But in terms of like, if there's any advice, tips, it could be to do with triathlon, it could be to do with cycling, just let me know, and I'll potentially make a video on it. But yeah, if you've enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe or follow, and see you in the next one. Bye.